All right. So we are going to go ahead and move on to the next story here. Our QB1, Matthew Stafford, has resumed throwing at training camp and will be on a pitch count. This is good news. Matthew is vital to this team's success, and it was something curious. I understand he had a bit of an elbow issue that seemed to bother him a bit more than I think a lot of people realized, and he went himself and got. I believe it was. It didn't go into specifics, but I believe it was probably like some sort of um. Oh God, the name's escaping me. Like a cortisone shot. I don't know that for sure. Cortisone shot. Lord, I couldn't remember the name. That usually helps with swelling. I do not know that for a fact, but from what I remember, they were saying how he was just having issues with it and it was swollen. But the question was, he didn't throw in OTAs. So we're like, okay, well, he doesn't really need to, but if training camp comes around and he's not throwing then we might have a bit of an issue on our hands. But it would appear that he's on a pitch count, uh, according to this article. So let's go ahead and, without further ado, get into it. There's our boy Matthew right here. What's up, Matthew? Matthew was on the field for OTAs and minicamp, but he did not do any throwing. That's because he got an injection into his right elbow in the offseason, causing the Rams to play it safe with their quarterback. Yeah, they just call it an injection. Um, it's just my guess. I don't know this for sure, but it's just my guess that it was, in fact, a cortisone shot, is my opinion on it. That's what it sounds like. The plan was for him to be ready for training camp, but I could be wrong on that, just to let y'all know. The plan was for him to be ready for training camp, and so far he's right on track. He was throwing the first day of camp, getting in some work with his receivers, particularly Allen Robinson. Very exciting. He told the reporters, this is Matthew Stafford quoted here. He's quoted, definitely knocking some rust off and feeling it again, seeing how and feeling it again, end quote. Sorry about that. Seeing how his elbow reacts to a throwing session after missing spring workouts. It's okay. So Matthew says he's knocking off some rust and he's trying to feel it again. It's Matthew's been partying. I mean, like just like I hope all the other boys have been doing. They've been partying this offseason. They won the championship, and they've been doing their getting their drink on. Going to Laker games. Going on parades. Just having a good old time this offseason. Just on top of the world, just doing whatever the hell they want. And now it's time to get back to work. So naturally, there will be some rust that needs to be knocked off. And there's if you look to where my mouse is at, y'all, there's the ring, world champions, LA 23, Cincinnati 20. Look at that. Beautiful ring. Thing is massive. You can knock somebody out with that. But moving on. Sean McVay said he will be on a pitch count, Stafford is, during training camp, but the elbow didn't restrict him from doing anything on the first day. That's good. That's good. That's a good thing. All right, so we're quoted here. This is Stafford. This is what Stafford said. It's an interesting thing, trying to have a little bit of governor on there, and at the same time, just try to and be as smart as I can. It's a process, end quote. And he continues, going to have to sit there, work through it, trust it, and we'll figure it out as we go. Okay. So it seems like he's still kind of dealing with it. It's just the way he's speaking here. I get this sense that he still has kind of an issue with it. And it's ironic enough because I've had elbow injuries before, like tennis elbow and stuff. I'm actually nursing one right now, and they do tend to linger. They really do. Even the most minor kind of injury on the elbow. If any of y'all have ever had some sort of tweak or pulled like a muscle on the elbow, it's not like the worst injury, but it is annoying because it's like it really takes a long time to heal, and it takes a it just can be a pain in the neck when you're trying to be mobile, like when you're trying to grab things, and like sometimes you'll move your arm a little too quickly, even if it's almost better, and you can still kind of move your arm up and down, like you're curling a like a dumbbell weight or something. And sometimes it'll just kind of you'll feel that twinge, all right? You'll feel kind of a twinge, and then you'll drop something, but it's just it tends to linger. And I would imagine Matthew got beat up a lot in his first year, and he did have a bit of an elbow issue. I remember this, like in the latter half of the year, which caused him to maybe not have as much power behind his throws, and it was a bit concerning, during the last part of the season, if he was going to be able to make the deep throws to get the opposing defenses to back off. That's very important, because you see, if the defense do not fear the deep pass game, they're just going to crowd the line, and it is considerably harder to move the ball downfield if they do this. This was a problem for us very recently with Jared Goff, all right? And it wasn't a situation where Jared was necessarily injured. He just couldn't throw it deep, or didn't want to for whatever reason. So as a result, defenses knew we were not going deep, so they crowded the line and made life difficult for us. And they kind of started to do that at the end of the season, if y'all notice. But Matthew, being an absolute Chad, all right, being an alpha male, was able to work around it and through the pain and be able to deliver it when it mattered most, and was able to overcome these defenses, all right? But my point, going back, like if it's still bothering him, it is something to keep our eye on, because it's a long season. It is a long, 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 long season. So if he's still having issues now in camp, we're gonna have to possibly go into games with Stafford on a pitch count for the games, because the season's only a few months away, and this is a perfect opportunity for us to kind of get back into our balance attack and work on our running game. Help Matthew out. We can't rely on Matthew and Cooper Kupp to bail us out again like they did in the Super Bowl. This is an opportunity to work on our ground game. It will give Matthew time to rest. It will give him less reps, and he will, in fact, last longer through the season and be able to throw it deep in the playoffs for a potential title defense, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and keep going here. We're going to go ahead and look at some videos. All right, this is what I've been waiting for. Time for some footage, y'all. Time for some footage. We're going to go ahead and look at a few videos for the first day of camp. Stafford connected with Van Jefferson and Allen Robinson on 2 simple throws. So let's go ahead and check this out. Matthew Stafford throwing in all caps, let you know he's serious, to Allen Robinson. Let's go. All right. So here's Matthew. All right. This is Matthew right here. I think this is Van Jefferson. And in the number 1 jersey is Allen Robinson, this guy right here. All right. These are our O-line boys. So there's Van. Here's Matthew. Let's check this out. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Okay, screen. Okay, so they're administering the screen here. Okay. Very good, very good. And let me tell you something, y'all. The screen game is a good substitute for the running attack, rushing attack. Ideally, okay, ideally, it's supposed to. It technically counts as a pass play, but it's a way kind of to get kind of the rush yards without actually getting in a formation and handing it off to the running back. Say if we're struggling with running the ball, which we, towards the end of the year, we kind of were. This is a way to kind of soften up the defense, get these behemoths on the defensive line. All right, you agitate them a little bit, and you want them to cut. You want them to barrel forward. You want them to blitz. You want them to rush as hard as they possibly can. All right, and then you use that aggression against them, and you hit them with the screen and kind of undercut and just run right past them for a decent amount of yardage. It's a good way to pick up like a good 10, 12 yards, get a first down on a simple throw and catch. However, if the defenses are mentally aware, and the better defenses will be able to do this, they can sniff out the screen and cause a big loss, and we'll be in an even worse position. So, kind of a crapshoot. But let's go ahead and watch this again. Oh, look at that. Okay. 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 I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. So far, so good. Not bad for the first time in camp. Very smart to keep things simple. Whoa, okay. Was that not what I was watching? All right, I'm spazzing out a little bit, y'all. Where was the... I guess it just went ahead and went to the next video. All right, then. But yeah, keeping it simple. It's the first day back in camp. You don't want to do all these kind of complicated schemes on the first day. You want to get everybody back on page because everyone's been partying. All right? Everyone's been partying for the past like 6 months, because they're Super Bowl champions. So you want to integrate them back slowly, which is very, very wise. Very wise by Sean. So, I guess that video just went away. I guess I'm just crazy, y'all. That Allen Robinson play, because this is the Van Jefferson play here. So, all right, let's look at the Van Jefferson play. I must just be going crazy. All right, here we go. Check this out. There's Van Jefferson, number 12. Up. Oh, look at that. That was a rollout. See? And look. Okay. See this right here? See, I like what I'm seeing. This is telling me this is a rollout, if I'm not mistaken. Let's watch it again. So here's the defense. Where's Matthew? There he is, the red shirt. And he's rolling out, all right? And you got Cooper Kupp here kind of in the check down. You got Tyler Higbee. He rolls out, throws the ball. Van comes up in clutch and scores the touchdown. Way to go, Van. Nice play. Nice play. One thing to take away from this is the fact that the rollout is another substitute for covering up the run game, getting yards, short yardage. All right, which is very wise because it would behoove the Rams to upgrade the running game, get the running game going. We really, 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 really need that. And if y'all have been listening to me for a long time, I harp on physicality, all right? We have to be physical. I don't just say it for my health, okay? Football is a physical sport. You could have all these razzle-dazzle exotic schemes, these high flying, misdirection plays. But dude, at the end of the day, you have to be able to impose your will on the opposing team on offense and defense. And to the Rams' credit, they did just that in the latter half of the season last year. And I do believe that will carry over to 2022 season. Okay, I'm not saying that it won't. I believe that it will. However, unfortunately, our run game suffered in the playoffs, all right? And they're going to need to get better at that. And what I'm seeing here, okay, we saw the screen with Allen Robinson, okay, just a few minutes ago, and now we saw the rollout with Van Jefferson here. That tells me these plays are substitutes, all right? They're substitutes for a faltering run game. If our run game falters in real time, in real game time action, which is wise to have, okay? It is wise to have that because we're going to need these short, quick yardage to pick up, kind of soften up the defense, kind of get them, kind of back them up, kind of back them off the line a little bit, get them a little confused, and then you kind of mix in the physicality. It's a chess match. You got to mix in the misdirection to kind of get the defense on their heels, and when they're confused, you hand it off, and bam, you hit them in the mouth when they're confused. All right, this is how it goes. This is how the pros do it. You gotta be like a master chess player, and Sean is that, and I believe he's getting better. And you need plays like this, the substitute plays, and it's a good thing to kind of run on the first day of camp. It's simple, get everyone's feet wet. It's good to go. Let's watch it one more time. Bam. Nice. 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 Oh, Lord. There's no concern about Stafford's availability for week 1, which is the most important thing. He won't play in the preseason anyway, so it's not as if the elbow injection will prevent him from participating in those games. And I do not doubt that. I am sure Matthew will play. He's a tough person. He is someone who does not like to be taken off the field. So that is a good thing for us, but we need him as close to 100% as possible when the playoffs roll around. That is, of course, assuming that we will make the playoffs, Lord willing. But I think we will, all right? So, okay. Okay. Okay, pitch count it is. Pitch count it is.